Nairobi taxi driver Simon KIMANI was married for 14 years and then decided it was time for a second wife. He didn't bother to ask his first.
You realize later on that you had a relationship, but eventually it has come into a marriage. That's how it started. I had a relationship, but eventually it turned out to be a second marriage.
With 6 kids and 2 wives, KIMANI says it's not easy.
If you are not well up, it's very, very difficult to take care of 2 families. Because if you have children and their contemporary life, you need to educate them, you need to feed them properly, you need to clothe them properly. And in fact, with the little resources, it's difficult to achieve that.
He also says he wouldn't advise anyone to marry more than once. But many Kenyan men do. For many, it's part of their culture. Now Kenya's parliament is proposing to make that part of the law. Several female MPs stormed out of the session where the legislation was being approved. They say it demeans women and it's selfish. Many Kenyans appear to agree.
To tell you the truth, it's ridiculous. I cannot imagine that in this age, and in 2014, such a bill can be passed in a country like Kenya. It's ridiculous.
I would support that a man should marry one wife, yeah. But in any case, if he has to do it, it's always good to consult the first wife.
Our MBs, they are selfish. That one, it cannot be allowed even in the church.
They should stop being selfish and thinking about themselves. Just because they're in power or something, I think they should also respect the women.
Lawyer George KEGORO says the new bill is fixing what isn't broken.
Where polygamy exists, it is something that affects or is practiced by the elite. Through the bill, Parliament was serving above all itself. Parliament was serving the private interests of its members, and then these were represented as the national interests of Kenya. They are not.
Some politicians also question how the new law will allow for the management of polygamous marriages.
I have been reading in the newspapers recently cases where the first wife has beaten her spouse's maybe second wife when she finds out that what has been going on. And that's violence that should not be tolerated. I've also heard of deaths in families because of this reason.
The legislation is due for its 3rd and final reading on Tuesday, and from there it will go to President Uhuru Kenyatta to sign into law or to send it back to the MPs. Fahmida Miller, CCTV, Nairobi, Kenya.